that's why I'm here tonight, because I'm concerned about all of my constituents, both sides of the issue. One of the issues that came about in all of this, and this has been going on, you all know, since about 2011, and the bottom line and the question that came before the General Assembly was a question not really concerning so much liberty in this particular issue, but whether or not aquaculture is agriculture. And it's a policy issue, not a political issue. And the policy of the state of Virginia now is, yes, aquaculture is agriculture. It's a industry that plants seeds and reaps a harvest, tends a garden. And so it was the right policy to make. The federal policy is aquaculture is agriculture. Two other places in the Virginia State Code, aquaculture is agriculture. And so finally now the state code is consistent. I've been studying this issue for a while, and this is, there are things going on across the nation concerning the growing of local food, the rights of farmers, the rights of small farmers, and to take away agricultural applications across the county is a pretty draconian decision, and even to take it away in small parts at a time. I represent Yorktown and James City County. Both of these places are the beginnings of democracy in the United States. Both of these places have such historical significance. Both of these places represent liberty to all of us, and we in this nation right now are watching our liberties be trampled.
I am a robotics engineer turned oyster farmer. Woo! Our farm is out at the very end of Crab Neck and Seaford. Tonight we are here to protest the largest land grab I have seen in the 38 years I have lived in York County. These proposals represent an assault on the York County we love and show the true objective of our Board of Supervisors, to turn York County into York City. Our founding fathers fought and many died on the very ground we now stand. They fought for liberties to farm our lands that are being threatened as we speak. I was born and raised in this county, and as I've grown and watched this county grow, with shiny new big box stores full of stuff to buy, stoplights that were once tree stands, I remember the garden my mom used to have. All right. After my son was born, I wanted him to have some of those experiences too. I remember the tales from John Smith of the oyster reefs so large that you could walk far from land on them. I've learned that oysters were once so abundant that they filled through the entire bay waters in a week's time. The oyster population is down to just 1% of the pre-colonial era, with declining water quality as a result. As I looked out onto the waters of my backyard, I resolved to do something to help. And I learned that oyster farming can both clean the water of the bay and provide a tasty meal.
The next step is we need remedies to provide consequences. Not because we want to sue our friends, or sometimes our family members and our church members in our local community, but to make them think twice before they violate our constitutional rights. Right. Next legislative session, we need a remedies bill, and Martha Bonetta, Jamie Radke, all of us will be behind that bill, and I hope all of you will be too.
First off, I want to apologize to everybody that lives in York County that you are caught in the crossfire of what's happening for a couple of oyster farmers. There's absolutely no excuse that you're having to do this. You're having to be here. There's no excuse in the fight that you're having to wage, and that your property rights are at risk because of the attack on two individual property owners that are doing no harm.
That's right.
It makes no sense. Removing property rights is wrong, and that's why you're out here tonight. I remember being an 8-year-old boy, and my brother and I set up a seafood stand in front of my grandmother's house. My dad didn't always have the gas money to put in the boat, and we figured this was going to be a creative way to always have gas money for our little boat to go skiing and fishing. And we set up this little, we got a poster board, and when we put in, we had crabs and clams and shrimp and all kinds of stuff out on Chesapeake Avenue in Hampton. Today, if my grandchildren tried to do that, would they be arrested?
Yes.
Are we going to accept them telling us that we can't have chickens to feed our families or our neighbors' children?
No!
Are we going to allow these rulers to tell us how many dogs and cats we can have?
No!
Are we going to allow them to completely destroy the already decimated seafood industry by not allowing our waterfront neighbors to tie up their little workboats at their own personal private docks, we're going to owe every past generation since the 1600s a huge apology, and every future generation an even greater apology.